Okay, so my computer cut me off, so it looks like it'll be a two-part video. So, the height of the story. My husband, so I was screaming and my midwife was still not there, and I kept telling him, I have to push, and I think he was scared because no one was there, and he's like, don't push, no one's here yet, and I think that made the pain worse. And all of a sudden, like, I couldn't hold it in anymore, and I got into the bathtub because everyone was stressed out because I was screaming so bad. I thought maybe the bath would help again. So I went into the bath, and when I took my underwear off, there was blood, and so I wasn't sure if my water broke. So I got into the bathtub, and I was in so much pain, I ended up throwing up in the bathtub, and they're like, you need to get out because if your water broke, there's infection risk, so you need to get out. And I went back to my bedroom, got on the bed, pushed really hard. I couldn't even stop it. My body just did it. And I felt my bag of water start coming out, and it just went pop. And I was like, okay, my water broke. And I had like a towel on between my legs and a blanket over me at that point. So I didn't see the water break or anything. I just knew that it had, and I laid there, and my body was pushing, and it pushed twice. And my midwife came in, the backup midwife, because my midwife was still at a birth. She came in and she said, or she moved the blanket, and he had pooped inside of me, and so she saw that, and she was, okay, we need to listen to the baby. And I kind of went in, I was like, is my baby okay, and his heart rate was fine, and she told her assistant, she said, call Becca, my midwife, we need her here, we need oxygen right now. And she said, okay, get down on the ground while your husband changes the sheet so you can give birth on the bed. And she got me down on the ground on top of a pillow, and my body she goes, okay, I'm going to check your cervix. And she leant down, and she looked at the assistant and said, tell Becca, never mind, the head is coming out. And two more pushes, and my body pushed twice, and he was out. And he was totally fine. He was still pooping, I guess, as he came out. So chances are he had pooped inside of me recently, and so there was less of a concern. So he was perfectly healthy, and I pulled him up on my chest, and I looked at him, and I said, she's perfect. And I said, wait, what is it? And everyone's like, we don't know, what is it? And I opened his legs, and I said, oh my god, it's a boy, there's a penis. And I couldn't believe it, because about halfway through my labor, I had decided it's a girl. Like, my brain just told me it's a girl. And I think everyone had thought it was a girl. Very few people guessed boy. And so I was a little shocked. I was like, oh my god, it's a boy. And he looked just like my older son, so that was amazing. And I didn't tear at all. Nothing hurt. It felt amazing to push. Like, I had such an intense 2-hour labor. My body did it so fast, and then I pushed him out with no effort, and he was 8 pounds 4 ounces, which is about 2 pounds bigger than my son was. And pushing was painless and amazing, and it just felt so good to do it. And as soon as he was out, I still felt amazing. Did you get an Allie? Do you need a kiss? Come here. Lean closer. Mwah. So yeah, it was great, and I remember just all the oxytocin going through me, and I remember just looking at everyone like, I just did that all by myself.
Hello.
What?
My TV all broke.
Okay, I'll fix it in just a minute, okay? I just remember thinking, like, I cannot believe I just gave birth on my bedroom floor with no help. I did it all by myself. And so then I delivered the placenta, which was a little tougher than I remembered, but it was fine, and my placenta was big and healthy and beautiful, and I just held him on my chest for a while, and everyone was crying, and it was beautiful, and I couldn't imagine my birth being any different. I took a few minutes on the floor to just kind of regain myself, and I got back in bed. They laid down the Chuck's pads for me, and I laid down on my bed while they assessed the baby, made sure everything was okay, and but I held him for a long time before they even messed with him because he was doing great. Then they weighed him, and he did great. And I finally made it to the bathroom, and I was bleeding just a little too much at the 2-hour point, so my midwife ended up giving me a shot of Pitocin, and I didn't even know that I felt bad because I really felt amazing right afterwards. I walked just fine, I didn't pass out, nothing like my son's birth. And I was just bleeding a little too much, so she gave me a shot of Pitocin, I instantly, I just felt great. I felt great again, so, I don't regret getting the Pitocin because if it saved my life, then it saved my life. So, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So that was my birth experience. My doula missed the birth by about 10 minutes, and she came on day 2, like I said, to do all the placenta stuff. As for the placenta encapsulation, I've taken 3 pills so far, and I don't really know if they work or not, but I feel great. I don't even feel like I had a baby. I've just been feeling my body, I didn't tear, it doesn't hurt to pee, my butt doesn't hurt, nothing, other than my hips are sore from, trying to get back into place, and my belly's a little sore, but that's about it. And when I had my son, I was taking Vicodin for like 2 weeks, and this time I had Tylenol on day 2, because the cramps when I was nursing were really painful. And I took a Tylenol before bed, and that's it. So I've been taking the placenta pills. You okay? Can you talk? I've been taking the placenta pills, and so I'm guessing that that's probably, what's helping. I haven't been bleeding a lot. I have an abundance of milk. It's going everywhere. I'm doing great. So maybe they're helping, maybe they're not. I will probably notice more of a difference with them in the upcoming weeks. And I'll probably take it for a couple weeks, and then I might save some for later, for a time when maybe my supply drops, or I'm feeling depressed or whatever. So I'll take them while I'm healing, and then we'll see how it goes. And I think that's about it. If I had to do it all over again, no doubt I would do it exactly the same way. I loved how hands-off my birth was because no one was there. I loved just being able to say that I did it. I recommend home birth to everyone. I mean, I know it's not for everyone, but definitely consider it, because I don't believe that your body is broken. I don't believe that birth is an emergency. It can be, but it's not typically. And trained midwives have got it handled. Like, if something goes wrong, they can handle most things. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. My postpartum care, my midwife has been coming to the house. It's been so nice. There's nothing better than healing at home. Like, as soon as I had a baby, I was in my bed. There was no beeping monitors. There's no weird lights. There's no nurses and people that I don't know coming in and out. I didn't have somebody telling me not to have my baby next to me. I didn't have papers to fill out. I didn't have anything to think about. My husband got to lay next to me. He didn't have to sit in a chair in the corner. I had a voice. I had an opinion. It was my birth. It wasn't the hospital's convenience and the hospital's policies. And it was just so relaxing afterwards, And so my midwife comes over for my checkups, and she just makes sure everything is good, and she tested my iron, and she's assessed the baby. She's doing all the newborn care, and he's doing great. He got a checkup today with her, and they weighed him right in my living room, and he's already gained about half a pound this week. So, yeah, everything is great, and I've had a beautiful, wonderful experience, and I feel so blessed. So, I hope that that answers everyone's questions and curiosity. And, yeah, so I will keep everyone posted on things, and I will, when I get my photos back from the birth and my video that my mom took, I will make a beautiful video on the computer, and I will upload the actual birth and all that. So stay tuned. Bye.